Hey, welcome. So today we're getting into something we all face, how we tackle life's challenges. Are you someone who plans out every single detail, or do you come alive when you just have to wing it? We're going to explore the art of adapting and figure out what really works best. So let's start with a straight up question. Which one are you? No, really, think about it for a second. Do you feel safe and secure with a well thought out plan in hand? Or do you get that jolt of energy from having to figure things out on the fly? Your gut answer to that probably says a lot about how you handle, well, pretty much everything. And look, this isn't just some personality quiz question. This goes way deeper. It's about how we fundamentally deal with uncertainty. To really get to the heart of it, we need to wrap our heads around one simple but super powerful concept. And that idea is summed up in the phrase ad hoc. It's Latin, and it basically means doing something on the spot for a special purpose because you have to. You know, like when a table leg is wobbly and you grab the nearest heavy book to prop it up, that's a perfect ad hoc solution. It's the very soul of improvisation. This idea is captured perfectly in this quote. Just listen to this. Some of life's best bridges are built from spare parts. Let that sink in for a second. It's such a great metaphor for being resourceful, right? For creating something strong and meaningful out of whatever you just happen to have lying around. So what does that actually mean for us? Well, it means that most of the time we don't have the perfect toolkit or a step-by-step manual. And that's okay, because our most meaningful, most creative solutions, our best bridges, they often show up when we're forced to work with what's right there in front of us. It's all about seeing potential where other people just see a pile of junk. But let's be real for a minute. Just relying on spare parts, that can be absolutely terrifying. For a lot of us, there's this deep, deep need for control. And that takes us right into the world of the planner. For the planner, the absolute dream is the well-marinated plan. You know, a strategy that's been thought about, tweaked, and considered from every possible angle. It's the difference between planning a cross-country trip where every hotel is booked and every stop is scheduled versus just throwing a bag in the car and hitting the road. You see, for the planner, there's this huge comfort in knowing exactly what the path is. As the source material puts it so well, there's this sense of ownership where, even if I fail, I lead the way to that failure. But the improviser's reality is, well, different. It's about responding to what's happening right now and having to accept that, you know what, a lot of things are just completely out of your control. And that right there, that's the call to improvise. Because I don't care how perfect your plan is, life has a funny way of throwing these massive curveballs that force you, whether you like it or not, to think on your feet. This is really the heart of winging it. It's that last-minute road trip. There's no map, no itinerary, just a feeling of where you want to go. It's messy, it's unpredictable, but you know what? Sometimes it's the only option you've got. And even though it can feel totally chaotic in the moment, these ad hoc situations build some incredible strengths in us. They seriously test our resilience. They force us to become more adaptable. And maybe most importantly, they show us who we can really count on when things get tough. I mean, these aren't just little benefits. They're basically superpowers. Okay, so how do we bridge the gap between these two worlds? Between the planner's need for control and the improviser's messy reality? Well, we go right back to that main idea we started with, building bridges from the spare parts we've got. And this is where it all clicks into place. It's not about learning to love chaos or throwing all your plans in the trash. The real secret is this. I don't want to wing it, but I need to be able to adapt to it should it come. See, that's the sweet spot. That's where these two mindsets finally meet. And when you can do both, you get something we're going to call the adaptive advantage. It's this incredibly powerful ability to be both a planner and an improviser. It means you have a map, but you're also totally ready to go off-road and explore when you need to. All right, so how do you actually get this advantage? Well, first, you acknowledge that desire for a plan. Don't fight it. It's a strength. But then you have to consciously work on your improvising skills. Maybe start small with little things that force you to adapt. The whole point is to combine these two skill sets so you can start seeing new paths forward that are totally invisible to people who only do one or the other. So, when it all comes down to it, here's the real takeaway. The most successful, most resilient people aren't just one or the other. The goal isn't to pick a side in the planner versus improviser debate. It's about being ready for either. It's about having the skills and, honestly, the confidence to handle whatever comes your way. And that leaves us with one last question, and this one's for you. The next time your perfectly laid out plan completely falls apart and you've got to build that bridge on the fly, what spare parts do you have? What skills, what knowledge, what relationships do you have in your toolkit ready to go that will help you adapt and find a way forward?